internato para adolescentes problemáticos, nada parece ser o que realmente é. Na série Desobedientes, lançamento recente da Netflix, a indicada ao Oscar Toni Collette é a diretora sombria de Tall Pines, instituição que supostamente corrige jovens que andem fora da linha, mas o local esconde vários segredos. E eu conversei com Toni Collette, Mae Martin e Sarah Gadon. Confira. Hi, this is Kelly Miyashiro from Veja Brazil. Nice meeting you guys.
Hi,
Thank you.
Hi, Brazil, yay.
Yeah.
I want to go to Brazil.
Me too.
Hi, amazing. I want to first ask you, Tony, what made you want to join Wayward, this story that you play a character that resembles like a leader of a cult, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly love my character. I think she's a really complicated, intense, intimidating woman, very powerful and manipulative. But I loved all the characters. I just love the whole story. I love the idea of, well, I don't love it, but I think it's amazing to look at this subject matter in this way about parents betraying their kids and how people can be influenced away from their true path, and the choices that we make and the responsibility we have as older people to help the younger generation and not kind of dominate and suppress them.
And May, the audience known you most of all because of your work as a comedian. And I wanted to ask you, what exactly made you want to create this story? What has inspired you to create this dark story?
I've wanted to tell this story since I was a teenager, and I write a lot around adolescence and my teens. My teens were very intense and visceral, and so I wanted to. I mean, I think if you're going to tell a story about adolescence, there's no point unless you can get that intensity of feeling that young people feel, and so that was a fun challenge. And I wanted to dye my hair 2 shades darker and try to be a real actor.
Success.
Thank you. I have real imposter syndrome. Yeah.
Good. And Sarah, your character seems like she's been locked up in Tall Pine as well, but she's a mother now. She's pregnant and all. Do you believe that for her there's no conflict there of being a person has been through that hell, I guess, and now she's giving birth to a child in the middle of this chaos?
Oh, I think she's deeply in conflict, but I think when she gets to Tall Pines, she doesn't even realize the disconnect. And I think that's a part of her journey is she's, like many people who have been traumatized, she's internalized this idea that there's something deeply wrong with her. And she spends the entire show trying to get to the bottom of trying to understand that. And I think at the end, the way she copes with it is a very kind of twisted and maybe not totally healthy way of coping with it.
Solta ela. Tem alguma coisa estranha nesse lugar, né?
A gente precisa vazar agora.
But it's so interesting when you listen to survivors of these institutes, there's a good percentage of them who say it saved my life, and and people have a whole range of reactions to these programs. So, yeah.
And for the 3 of you, do you guys believe that it's possible this series can bring like awareness to the subject of these institutions that they abuse teenagers in some way, also instead of just straight them, I guess, make him do better?
I think that's inevitable.
I think so. I hope so. I mean, there's already starting to be a lot more awareness and documentaries and things like that. I mean, we really use that industry as the sort of skeleton to then build a pretty insane thriller on top of. So, but thematically, I hope it makes people think about young people and their own teens and how we treat young people as a society. So.
Yeah, and that there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
kids. There's nothing inherently broken and wrong about them. And
No, what's wrong is like thriving in a sick society. That's and so that
Good. And Tony, can you imagine that being this person that puts away a teenager into an institution like that?
Can I understand playing that character? Is that the question, sorry?
Yes.
It's so far from me and what I feel about humanity and the freedoms people should have just because they are alive. So it's it's unfathomable, but it's real. But I'm not aligned with it in any way.
And also, I think Evelyn really believes she's helping these.
Yeah, I
these
think there's
kids.
so much love in Evelyn.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing.
She sees they're in pain and she thinks she has a solution.
She believes she has the answers.
Yeah.
Good. And May, you said about how this your own adolescence have inspired you to tell this story. Would you say that this kind of problems that troubled teens face these days is more difficult than what you went through when you were an adolescent?
I think some things have got, there's definitely more fluency around mental health now. And I mean, I remember watching Dr. Phil and these shows where it was all about sending your teen to brat camp and tough love and and very punitive. And hopefully we're evolving a little bit where we recognize that addiction, for instance, is a symptom of something else rather than just hedonism. But I think kids nowadays are facing different and more existential problems with the state of the world, and I can't imagine what it's like to be a teenager now and immersed in the news. And we need them to save the world, so we better support them.
Não vejo a hora de conhecer sua nova versão.
E esse foi o Tela Plana. Até semana que vem.